Long ago when I was new to this hobby, I bought the LTC NB841. I was intrigued by its hot swap nature and the fact that it had a 2-port USB hub, a feature not common on many boards of the time, especially at a price under $50. I've long since let go of that board, but LTC is still in business. They're still making boards in the same price range while pushing the bar in terms of features. Today, we'll look at one of these boards, the LTC NB841 Pro. Stick around till after the break to hear all about it. This board is currently selling on Amazon for $60 and has a ton of great features. I'll save you the pain from watching me read out the entire list, but for starters, there are 3 wireless modes: hot swap, in-switch RGB, rotary encoder, a cool display at the top right, and it's available in sky blue and forest green. It weighs 1,282 grams, and to put that into perspective, that's roughly 6.5 iPhones. The board comes with Content branded 3-pin linear switches. Content? I've never heard of that brand before. From a quick online search, they seem to be either rebranded OTEMUs or KTT switches. To me, they feel very smooth, very little pinging, and very little scratchiness. Not bad for a switch I've never heard of. The board has a white painted steel plate and silicone plate foam, so I'm surprised that it's not actually very stiff to type on. I'm not really sure what you call this type of mounting, but from the looks of it, the plate just lays on top of the bottom plastic case. No gaskets in between. Despite this, the typing feeling isn't very stiff. If it was a metal chassis, it probably would have felt very different. Keycaps are PBT OEM profile, non-backlit, but the in-switch RGB is bright enough that it isn't too hidden. It's got this web-based software. You guys can click on the links down below to get to it. This allows you to tweak your key mapping, RGB, macros, and basically what shows on the LED screen. Funny enough, the tool is called Quantum Mechanical Kit, not to be confused with QMK Quantum Mechanical Keyboard. Regardless if you're a Windows or Mac user, you'll have to download a driver to get the website working. I'm a Mac user, and all I had to do was download the driver and have it running in the background. Then the website just works. Other than that, the default controls are pretty handy and are included in their little manual. I've been using the board for about a month, and so far so good. Battery still shows almost full. Not bad for a 2000 milliamp hour battery. But honestly, depending on your use case, time will tell how long this battery really lasts. If you want to take it apart, there are 4 clips on the north and south side of the keyboard. Pull the knob out first and start prying. If you're a frequent tinkerer, this is not a good idea. These plastic tabs will wear out over time, and they are actually a bit difficult to pry. I would have preferred screws instead of these tabs. But how good does this board sound? Let's give it a spin. If you're looking for a relatively cheap keyboard, under $60 that has wireless and hot swap capabilities, this board might be it. Honestly, for under $60, there is not much to complain about, except maybe that QMK reprogramming tool that they have, but of course, I'm very biased when it comes to that. So yeah, your mileage may vary, but definitely check out this board if you're looking for a budget TKL. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye now.